How's it going, guys? Vaibhav here and welcome back to another video. Now today let's talk about true wireless earphones because I think every single company under the earth wants to capitalize on this hype train, whether that's Apple, Samsung, Google, Oppo, Huawei, Honor, OnePlus, etc, etc. And a couple of days ago I made a video talking about the Oppo Enco W31 true wireless earphones. If you've missed it, check it out, but I got a lot of comments talking about sound quality, performance, battery life, etc, etc, and I'll be covering all of that in a future video where I'll go more in depth into the headphones and give you guys my full thoughts and a full review on them. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe down below. But it looks like more companies are getting into it, starting with HTC. Now weirdly enough, HTC doesn't even have a product to pair their headphones with, but by the time these come out, they might. So this is a leak coming in from around the 8th of May talking about the HTC U Ear, and if you look at the photos, they're pretty standard. The Type-C USB cable for charging, the case obviously, and the actual earphones. Now the earphones come about 4 centimeters tall, so I don't know if this is 4 centimeters, but my engineering background does tell me this is actually really close to 4 centimeters. It might be 3.5, but you get the point. It's going to be this big, it's going to be in black, but the only drawback they have is that they don't have a rubber tip. So the AirPods Pro, the most recent ones from Apple, diverted to this rubber tip. And for me, I love the rubber tip. I cannot get used to headphones like this. So as a initial impression, straight off the leaks, I don't think these would be for me, but these might be for you. In terms of build quality, they have this sort of glossy look, which again attracts a lot of fingerprints. This is not something I like. I like a matte finish on the case as well as on the earphone, so that's also something you should keep in mind. We can't really judge audio quality because of course this is a leak, but as you can see, this is the size and the overall form factor of the case. Now this is the case of the Oppo. It's circular. I think it fits better when it's circular, but these might be just going for that AirPods generation 1 look. Now, one thing I do not like is that they open up like that instead of like that. I feel like that way is much more natural to open up, and the headphones sort of rest really weirdly inside. So we'll have to wait and see how these turn out. But that's the HTC ones. Now, these could be debuting aside the Pixel 4a, and you know how Google is sort of heavily has influence over HTC. Maybe we could see this with the Google Pixel 4a, maybe a budget sort of true wireless earphone adaptation. Who knows? But this is basically the leak that's coming out. And to be honest, I don't really have much of hope for HTC when it comes to earphones. I think they should focus on their smartphones before sort of branching into other products. But again, as I said, they look a lot like the Huawei FreeBuds 3, but the FreeBuds 3 actually open up like that, which I prefer, but some might prefer the way these open up. I don't know. Now the other earphones that I want to talk about are from Poco, and it looks like the general manager from Poco, C. Manmohan, has tweeted out saying the Poco earphones, or the true wireless earphones from Poco, are in the works, and we're happy to announce that we're a step closer in making them a reality, and we want your help in choosing a name for them. So that's a sort of marketing tactic / gimmick of, you know, getting people involved when making the actual product. But the names they have are really, really cringy. So the Poco Move Buds, the Poco Clip Buds, the Poco Pop Buds, or the Poco Funks with a Z. Now, this just blows my mind. I think the first reply to the comment really sums up what I'm thinking. Can't you just call them the Poco Buds? And yes, that would have been such a cleaner name to do it, but maybe they want to go with a funky name so they can attract, you know, the younger generation. And I think more companies are doing that, where they go for a funky name that sort of gets them that PR, that coverage online, and then people are interested in buying them. But I think Poco, knowing them, they're going to have them at a budget price tag, and they're going to make sure that everyone who owns an Android or an iOS product can get them, because these might be or will be Bluetooth powered. And that's something that we can give credit to Poco for. They make great affordable smartphones. The Poco F1 was sort of a homage to that. The Poco X2 Pro is still a homage to that. The Poco F2 Pro I wasn't too intrigued about, but people are saying it's a great phone. I haven't used it, so I can't really comment on that just yet. But yeah, I think Poco is just continuing and rolling on this trend of them coming back, and they just want to come back with a bang. And I think this will be available internationally for everyone. And there's a third leak, and it's coming from none other than Max J, who's also made more appearances on this channel than probably I have, and he's talking about a July launch for the OnePlus earphones. So these are basically what the OnePlus true wireless earphones are going to look like. Very Apple-esque if you ask me, very Oppo-esque in terms of design and looks. Again, they don't have the rubber tip, which is something that's interesting. And I don't know if this is just an illustration and maybe the real version might have the rubber tips, but this might be the AirPods or the Oppo Pods Lite, and there might be a Pro version with the rubber tips. I can't really tell, but this guy actually posted another tweet following up to this one where he basically challenged other people to name the product. So what do you think they are called? And a lot of people commented on this. OnePlus minus cables from one of my friends. I commented on it saying OnePlus ammunitions, because OnePlus bullets, OnePlus ammunitions. Get it? I'm sure you don't. But yeah, that's basically all I have for this video. I think every single company we've seen here is getting into this market, and this market seems to be the next one to capitalize on after the fact that every company under the earth has made a pair of headphones that looks something like this with a neckband, which I absolutely hate. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe for more videos to come. Thanks for watching. This was Vaibhav, and I should probably remove this. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.